Welcome to the Flore, fantasy and sci-fi lore. Today we are still in the world of The Witcher. We have a short for you today. We are not covering any specific episode from Netflix, the games, or the books. What we are doing is talking about dragons. And Eli and Aaron are going to have that conversation and talk about the different colors and the types and kind of what that means for what the dragons do, some of the dragons that have gone extinct due to hunting, and kind of the tier of dragons based on how challenging they are, because in the world of Witcher, to save slain a dragon may not be that impressive depending on the kind of dragon that it is. And they'll also talk about, in the Netflix series, there's often moments when we talk about how this is something you will only see in the Netflix series, and they're going to talk about a few things that you will only see in the games. And so if any of that interests you, stick around. Roll the intro.
Do you remember the first story that was so spellbinding that it drove you to break the rules and stay up all night? To keep reading, keep listening, keep playing? So good you forgot your life and lived there?
So good that the moment it ended, you asked yourself, what next?
Welcome to the Flore. Our goal is to take you back, take you deeper, to explore and understand more, and relive that childlike wonder.
Join us as we dive deep into humanity's greatest stories, no matter how they are told, through books, movies, television, even games.
One of us does an in-depth research on our topic. One of us is familiar with the topic.
And one of us knows nothing. So the right questions will always be asked and will be addressed for anyone coming into the topic, regardless of how much you know.
Enjoy another world, another adventure, another spellbinding story. Join us on the Flore.
Welcome back to the Witcher universe. We are doing another short. These are becoming incredibly fun, at least for me. We're going to be talking about dragons today. I am Aaron. I am the amateur in the Witcher universe. I have with me today Eli.
And I am the know-nothing. Now, I've definitely known about dragons before, but as far as the kind of dragons we have in The Witcher, I don't know that much about them.
Yeah, we were talking about...
What kind of dragon are we working with? Are we working with, obviously not that beastal of a dragon, but something that's more intelligent and...
Yeah, so we did a previous episode when we were talking about episode 6 in season 1 of The Witcher.
Yes.
And there were dragons in it. And Eli just wouldn't stop asking questions about dragons in the universe. And so we figured we'd do this short because he's not the only one. Because they don't cover all the types of dragons or how intelligent dragons are in that episode. And we didn't dive
we just
into
know there's green ones, and then at the end we find out there's gold, right?
Yes. So there are 5 types of dragons.
Okay.
Green are one of the most common. I say that in parentheses because around this time in the Witcher universe, no dragon is that common because they've all been hunted.
Mm-hmm.
But so
they're
I'm
still being hunted, but they're on their way out. They're being extinct,
or getting better at hiding.
Oh, okay.
Like that's up for debate
retreated
too.
From the world of man.
Kind of, yeah. So kind of like was that the dwarves in The Hobbit or in Lord of the Rings?
Oh, I was thinking the dwarves. Like there's the band of dwarves that are hunting dragons, right? Like they're one of the competitors in that episode.
They all backed up from the laws of man, like the dwarves in that nation. They're like,
they're hunting dragons as well, right? So dragons have to avoid dwarves, right?
Dragons have to avoid everyone.
Oh, okay.
Or
except for the people that worship them. So we got green dragons.
Yes. So we have green dragons. Green dragons can sometimes spit something. So whether it's steam or fire or something like that. Some of them can't spit anything.
Okay.
And they've been said to be about the size of a horse up to about 5 meters, so 15 feet in length.
Okay.
But they are like a lot thicker than a horse.
But like a baby is size of a horse. That's
I think the smaller ones are the size. They range in size.
As a maximum size.
And if we go out bird watching in the Witcher universe for dragons, and I point and I go, "Hey, that's a green dragon," and you look at it and you go, "No, that's gray," and I'll go, "Yes," because most green dragons are actually gray.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, just a really. It was random, but it was interesting to me too. I learned that, and I think I don't remember. I think the one in The Witcher was actually green, like emerald.
Yeah,
but
it was
more commonplace in the books.
Pale belly. Right?
Yep,
but like
that's
of it,
actually the only one you see in the books, movies, or shows.
Oh, really?
As of now, the green dragon, yes.
Okay,
which is interesting, but apparently there tend to be gray more often. Next is rock dragons.
Rock dragons.
Yes, they are said to be completely eradicated because people say they were the easiest to hunt because they had no breath attacks. They are about the same size as a green dragon, so about 5 meters, give or take. And
did they live like in cliff sides or something?
So they look like, from what I understand, they look similar to, like, they have either the camo and thick hide, but like they live in cliffs, arid areas, and like rocky regions of deserts.
Okay,
so anywhere that you have rocks, they'd kind of be there. And I don't think they had rock skin. A lot of the artistry I saw it looked like they did, but I think that's more just
because it's called a rock dragon.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were hunted first just because they were the easiest fight because they had no breath attacks. They'd fight you with teeth and claw.
I gotcha. All right.
So people say they're gone. I mean, you could debate and say, well, just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it's gone completely, but
right.
Then you're going to run into your black dragons. These are swamp dwellers.
Okay.
They get up to 10 meters, so about 30 feet in length.
And I'm going to guess these guys are pink.
No. Surprisingly enough, no. Like, they're called black dragons because their color is black.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Unlike green dragons.
Yes.
Okay.
Whereas green dragons, I think someone saw a dragon that was green, called them all green dragons, and was like, oh, well, there's a lot of gray ones, but we're just going to keep them lumped that way.
Okay. Right.
Like, rock dragon makes sense. They live in rocks. Whether they're made of rocks or not, they live in rocks.
Right.
Green dragons, every 1 out of 100's green, so we'll call them green dragons.
All right. So our swamp dragons are black dragons.
Yep.
They have breath weapons?
Yes. So theirs is actually cool. It's compared to mustard gas.
Oh, okay. It's like a poison gas.
It's a poison gas, and it also melts armor.
Oh, it's an acid breath.
Yes, so it's somewhere in between there. Like, it's weird because it's both. It's acid, but it also kills you with like mustard gas.
I'm used to a black dragon spitting acid. Like I've seen that one before for sure.
So it is similar to that, but it also is a little more mustard. Like, it's got a little like vapor on it.
Mm-hmm,
So it's just not fun.
Gotcha.
And then you're going to be running into your white dragons.
Okay.
And your white dragons are your ice dragons.
Oh, okay.
I am so sorry. At the beginning, I said there was 5. There's technically 6.
Okay.
Right? There's 5 that people believe are real, and then the gold dragon's 6.
Right. Okay. I understand.
My bad. White dragons spit ice, like, so freaking cold.
Okay.
They can freeze you to the spot and like hold like large groups of people.
Oh wow. Okay. So like the Necro Dragon in Game of Thrones. Doesn't he spit like a icy fire out of his mouth?
Oh, he does that blue stuff. Oh, he was scary. I'm so glad they ended that show without building anything off of anything they built. Like 6 seasons of building so they could just burn it down. Anyways, that's not what we're here for.
no, we're in the Witcher universe.
You just freeze like a platoon of soldiers.
Yeah.
And they're 10 meters as well.
Okay.
So your black and whites are both 10 meters. So they're bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And then your red dragons are your traditional, what a lot of people think a dragon is. Those
fire.
They're red tinged. They breathe fire. They can melt armor with it. So they can melt metal with their breath attack. It's that hot.
I gotcha.
So I imagine they could melt armor because it's made of metal. And they grow actually to be 15 feet. So
these are the big boys.
They get pretty darn big. So these are the ones that I think, at least in the Witcher universe, I'd imagine are the ones that you're really proud of when you take one out. Right? Like, I killed a dragon. Okay, but was it a rock dragon? Because my mom did that because she was late for work and there was one sleeping in the road. Like, that doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? Like, there's tiers of dragons here.
Right. Now, are they all intelligent dragons? Like,
so that's an interesting question, because in the Witcher episode 6, you have your gold dragon who can polymorph.
Right. And it's a true illusion because his weight didn't transfer when he was a human, right? They're holding him with a rope and he feels like the weight of a human, not the weight of a dragon.
Yes, that is true. That was really well done.
True polymorph illusion.
Yeah, it's a full. I don't like the word illusion because when I hear illusion, I think magic or like magician fake.
Right, but it's more of a polymorph. He actually transformed.
Yes, he does. And another interesting. We'll jump to gold real quick and just explain those because we're right there, and then we'll answer the intellect question.
Okay.
Gold dragons that can polymorph into anything. Not just a human. But
this is just something they can do, a natural ability.
Yes, but he is the only gold dragon that anyone's interacted with. And so some people believe that he may have been, like the Witchers, made.
Oh. Okay.
So he might not, you know what I mean? Like you don't know if he came from somewhere or if he's the only one of his kind because he's more like a deity, like he's the god of, dragons or something.
Like maybe there were wizard dragons that created a dragon that is still dragons, similar to the way humans made witches.
Yeah, like there's a bunch of different ways. Maybe he's just a gold dragon and the last of his kind. Like, it's up for debate and it's fascinating.
Okay, all right.
But as far as intelligent, he's protecting the green dragon. He's intelligent, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Witcher code, there actually is no Witcher code. Sorry. I'm kind of bouncing, but the reason I'm bringing it up is because Geralt will say it's against the Witcher code to hunt dragons, but other Witchers will hunt them. And there's no Witcher code. They say those things because it gets them out of having to do certain hunts. So it's like, well, it's against the code. So it's like,
that's not in the code.
They have their own ethics and morals, so they decide. Like the Witcher, Geralt season 1, episode 1, killed the wrong monster and thought that was cool. And they were like, dude, really?
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me? Like that was unhelpful in all levels.
Yeah.
And so then, he doesn't hunt them because he sees them as intelligent, but he will join a hunt if it's actively looking and hunting.
If
maliciously. Yes. If there's a cute girl, I'll do it.
He's like, all right, I'll go for that.
Yeah,
but he ends up defending the dragon.
Yeah, no, he went on the hunt, but he will hunt dragons if they are purposely, maliciously attacking humans.
Okay, all right.
So like that's where he'll draw his line. He doesn't like you've seen him develop throughout the show, and he has a line. He won't hunt monsters just to hunt monsters. He will hunt them if they're being like they're purposely attacking or causing pain to villagers or people who can't defend
acting
themselves.
With malice and creating problems and suffering and those things. Being an evil dragon.
Yes.
Being a knucklehead.
When you're being naughty, Geralt's gonna come and check his list.
All right. Anything else you want to mention in this short before we?
Real quick, do you have any questions about him?
So, are there dragons that have magic the same way the sorcerers do? Or is it just like that? They have breath weapons and the 3 Jack.
They can absorb magic. So, like, they're actually more immune to magic. And another thing I forgot to mention, and I could be wrong here, I'm fairly certain it's the black dragon, but it's one of the dragons. I'm 90% sure it's the black dragon. Its armor is said to be invulnerable just because it's so like tough. Like you can't just chop through it, so you have to kill it in newfangled ways. So that was just an interesting tidbit. But they also absorb magic, which makes it more difficult to kill.
Sounds like a black dragon might be like the worst one to fight.
I think fighting the gold dragon would be the worst, but out of the other ones, yes.
Okay. All right.
Like its breath attack alone.
The gold dragons?
No, the black dragon. Gold dragon can actually breathe fire and steam.
Okay.
But the black dragon melts you. You're there with your boys, like, all right, let's get him, Timmy. And Timmy's like, ah.
Well, you're in a swamp.
You don't even know it's there.
You're not going to be able to breathe the air, and you're going to be melting.
And you can't run away.
There's a few things here. Like
you're walking.
You need a black dragon suit. Somebody needs to develop a black dragon suit to be able to go hunt a black dragon.
What would you make that out of?
I don't know.
Well, they have magic, so there's got to be something, right?
Right. First thing, let's see, a bubble of water with some concentrated air in the middle, so that you can stay away from the gas.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
You're in the bubble.
Right. So it's like a bubble of air, but surround it with water to capture all the poison gas. So it doesn't.
It's got like a buffer.
Uh-huh.
You could also just throw up a really good shield.
Right. Some kind of good shield. I don't know too much about the magic here. Anyways, thank you for joining us for this short. I hope it illuminated me on what kind of dragons we're dealing with in The Witcher. Because you say dragon could be so many different things.
We can do another short. There are like iconic dragons throughout the world.
Specific ones, named dragons.
For instance, remember the egg they saved?
Yep.
That character is in the Witcher games.
Oh, nice.
The egg.
The baby?
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
So we could do some episodes on those.
All right. Sounds great. Hope you enjoyed this episode with us.
We hope you were floored.
Now go floor your friends.
Thanks for listening.
Leave us a review. Tell us why you like listening to us. Is it our awesome deep dives? Is it our amazing back and forth? Is it our charming good looks?
What would you like us to add or change? You can put that in the review as well. We read reviews.
Yeah, and if you're going to be leaving us a review telling us what you like about it, maybe you even want to share the content with your friends. Like and share on social media. You can join us on Twitter and Facebook. We post memes. And we actually started a Discord, so come play with us.
So a lot of the worlds we cover have a retcon. If you're not familiar with that term, it's reconstruction. Or sometimes we might use a bad source for some of our lore research. And if that happens, feel free to email us at florefantasyandlore@gmail.com. That is Flore spelled Flore, fantasyandlore@gmail.com. And if you're angry enough, we'll read it on the air.
Yes, we will. Also, the treasure room is now available. We have locked a few secrets for everything we cover in there. And each week, we add more.
And you can find the treasure room on patreon.com/Flore Fantasy and Lore. And how do you spell that, Aaron?
That's lore with an F at the beginning. So it sounds like floor, but it's not the floor you're thinking because it's our floor.
We hope you enjoyed your time on the floor. Think about your favorite part of the episode. Now, think about your nerdiest friend. Who is it? What is their name? They want to know about the floor. Stop holding out on them. Go and tell them about your favorite part.
Because all of this is more fun together.